guys, it's Lab Loves Leaves, and today I'm doing a sort of different episode. Instead of about actual books, today I'm doing a shout out to my favorite magazine. The reason I chose to do this magazine instead of books is because it has fiction and also poetry in it, and lots of other wonderful things. It's a very well-known magazine, and thousands of girls all over the world subscribe to it, and more are subscribing each and every week. Um, it's my favorite magazine ever, and I wanted to give a shout out to New Moon Girls. Um, there are a lot of regular things that are in each issue, such as Girl Talk, Inside the Moon, Dear Luna, Body Language, Voice Box, Ask a Girl, fiction, and poetry, and much more. I wanted to start off by telling you a little bit about New Moon. It's for girls only. I mean, boys can read it too, but they probably wouldn't really want to. It's for girls any age, starting at any age, probably about 8 years old and going up as high as you want. Even to like late teens, but mostly it's for 8 to 12. And I have a couple issues I'm going to show you, and I have a surprise for the end. Okay, so I gave you a little background about New Moon, and now I'm going to tell you about newmoon.com, the website. It's a social network, but it's a very safe one, and you have to sign up, and it's just one of the greatest websites I know. I love it. And when you go on the website, you have a room, and you can write on other girls' walls and send them stickers and stuff, and you can just ask them how their day is going or ask them to check out your room or your wall, and it's just, I love it. It's one of the best websites I've ever signed up for, and subscribing to New Moon was one of the best choices magazine-wise that I've ever made. The magazine encourages girls to be themselves and not be afraid to follow their dreams and not be afraid to stand out, and everything about it is just so inspiring. So I'm going to show you a couple issues. These are some old ones. You can see how these are from 2002. You can see how the old ones compared to the new ones, they're different in size. These are all from 2010 and 11, and I've been getting it for over a year now, and so I'm going to take an example magazine and tell you about some of the stuff. So it'll always start out with Girl Talk. This is where two to three girls, sometimes more, will introduce the theme for the magazine. There's always a theme for the magazine. For example, this one is Puzzling Out Personality. Popularity. So it's all about how being popular doesn't only mean having the coolest clothes or being the best at everything. It's how you can just be yourself and people will like you, and be kind to others, and you'll be popular. So the next thing that comes after Girl Talk is Dear Luna, where members of the magazine, or anyone, writes in letters to Luna. For example, I'll read you one. Dear Luna, I just wanted to thank you because I never liked singing in front of an audience, but I was picked to sing a solo in our school spring concert. Thank you for all the confidence that you've given me and all the other girls around the world. So it's things like that. Praise for the magazine, suggestions, and stuff like that. The next, we come to Ask a Girl. This is where a girl sends in a problem she has, and then other girls give their advice. For example, my twin sister and I just changed schools. In the first week at my new school, the popular girls wanted to be friends with me, which is really nice at first. But then they didn't want to be friends with my sister, who they apparently consider a nerd. What should I do? And there were a bunch of different responses because everyone's willing to help. Next we come to body language. There's a different topic each time. For example, this time is makeup. Is it right for you? there are a lot of responses from girls too. Then we have Voice Box, which is when the New Moon editors give you a topic, and then so this time it is, do you think zoos are good for animals or not? And then you just write in with your response, and then if you're lucky, you get published. Being published in New Moon is a really, really huge privilege, and girls all over the world try to get published, so you should try too. It's really, really a big deal. Okay, next we will come to different features. For example, this feature is, what's the difference? Girls of differing abilities connect. So this time we have about different disabilities that people have and how they can overcome them and just act like a wonderful, normal girl. The next subject that we have is Global Village. And the New Moon editors take a country and they talk to a girl who lives in that country. This time, it's about India. And it's about a girl named Unidra. She tells about her life. That's a really interesting section, and I love that one. Next we have Science Side Effects. This time, it's about the popularity experiment. It can be about anything really. I've seen ones about actual science experiments and they tell you how to do it, stuff like that, and all kinds of cool things that you could do. Quizzes, not a lot of quizzes, but. And the next section we have is fiction. The fiction is always about 2 pages long, and it's usually a little inspiring story. And the surprise that I talked about earlier is that the fiction in this issue was written by me. I was so excited when I found out that I was going to be published in New Moon magazine, because it's a famous magazine and thousands of girls all over the world read it. People from Africa and Asia, the Middle East, every single continent in the whole world, lots of girls read this magazine. My story is called The Butterfly Trait, and it's 2 pages long, so I won't read it right here, but if you want to read it, please go to the website or find an issue of the magazine, or another great idea would be to comment on this video or make a response video or message me or subscribe or ask me to be friends and ask me to read it out loud, and I would be absolutely thrilled to do that for you. I'll give you a little summary of my story. It's about a little girl named Millie who's very sad, and she hasn't smiled for a long time, ever since her mother went away. And I won't give you much more because I don't want to ruin it for you, because it's a magical story and I don't want to give away the magic. So, yes. And they also give you a little biography. There's me, and there is my biography. It says, Catherine is 14 years old, and they actually made a mistake. I do not live in Oregon, but that's alright. She loves art, music, and writing. She loves to express herself and thinks being weird is better than being like everyone else. The part about being weird, I didn't write that. They actually, I don't know where they got that from, but that was fine because they forgot to take it out of the last time. The other girl's really nice too. But that was fine. So, next we have Check It Out. Check It Out is usually a book review. Sometimes they do like a CD review or a movie review. This time it's about a book called The Girls. Oh, and by the way, all the articles are written by girls and they have little biographies. Next we have the Art Gallery. Poetry. They usually feature 3 poems. How Aggravating, which is where you write about things that really annoy you. And not like unimportant things, but things like how sometimes girls aren't treated as well as boys are. Then we have Howling at the Moon, which is the opposite. Girls write in about how if they witness things or hear about things that just make them so proud to be a girl. Then we have the calendar, which has different important holidays. Not really holidays, just like days that are dedicated to things. And then, last of all, we have the last word. This article this is always an article about a woman in history. She could still be living, and about what she did to improve the world. This one is about Princess Kaluani, and there's a little article about her. So yep, that's New Moon Girls, the best magazine in the entire world. And I just wanted to tell all of you, or ask all of you, if you could please go to newmoongirls.com or newmoon.com and sign up. And I also want to tell you about an upcoming holiday. It's on June 11th, and it's Wear the Pants Day. And girls in the U.S. should be very proud that they are able to wear pants, because some girls in other countries aren't allowed to. They can only wear dresses and skirts. It doesn't matter what you prefer. If you like skirts or if you like pants, that's okay. But I just want to remind everyone to celebrate Wear the Pants Day on June 11th. That's it for today. Please go to newmoon.com. You will not be sorry. Oh, and please only go to newmoon.com if you're a girl, because it's for girls. Thank you. Bye.